Before we get into the video, I would very much appreciate if y'all would click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. It is Sunday evening. It's actually around 6:30. It's kind of more later in the day. It's still alright time. Bees are still buzzing. I kind of would like them not to be flying as much because here's kind of my idea for today. And it's okay. But you see this colony right here? You see that one? It's been on top of this hive for a while now. It's been way too long. So I'm going to move them from that top of the hive because I need to start managing that bottom one without having to lift that one on top. So I have to figure out where I'm going to set this hive. Maybe figure out something that can be short term for a little bit, but in a different area. Okay, so here's the idea here for y'all if y'all are wondering. This is just temporary, but eventually I'm gonna put like a stand here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these bees right here and just put them there for time being. Let them kind of reorientate, get used to this spot, and then what we will do is, build a stand here. Eventually, I really want to get a stand out here sometime. I will just have to buy a post, and I can easily put it in the ground. I just haven't got to it yet. A bee's starting to try to get into my face, but I haven't got to it yet. I need to get one and put it in the ground, do that, and then that's pretty much really all we need to do. Alright, it is the next day, and we still have bees coming back to this location, so we have not broken them of this spot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove this. We don't want them to have a spot to put, to hang out. Let them kind of leave and make sure they didn't put any of their stuff in here. Look at all these bees with pollen. Look, lately in the last couple of weeks, we have been just loaded with pollen. Every single bee coming in, every single hive has been having, some sort of pollen or something. So we're just going to set that out of the way right over here. And look, you see all these bees right here? They're all used to coming here. I did just check this one right here, and there's full of bees. So I'm thinking things are still good. Yeah, you see some bees right here with pollen. They're kind of right here wondering where their new space is. So you can see bees coming around here and kind of landing and figuring it out, maybe. And plus, this is really close to the exact spot. They should start sensing some pheromones and coming back to their location. And if they don't find this location, they might go into other colonies. I don't know. So right now, I'm kind of getting ready for winter, honestly. Getting ready for fall, goldenrod, and then winter. So might as well kind of start prepping up, figuring out what's going to happen, what we're going to do. And one of those preps is to make sure colonies are strong. We have decent amount of bees on this frame. Not a whole lot. We have nectar. I'm seeing some young bees, which is a good sign because we need some young bees in here. We have a lot of pollen, so that pollen that we see is going to help stimulate that queen. I see some brood on the second frame, this one right here, and the last time I checked it wasn't there, so it looks like they are brooding up. There's brood all over in here, which is really good. That's kind of what I want. Alright, not a bad frame. That's pretty good. This colony is not looking bad. They look like what I would expect. This brood, this queen pattern, looks pretty good. I see a whole bunch of eggs. It looks like a whole bunch of bees already emerged. Look at that. That's a new queen. A new queen's brood pattern. Do not see the queen on this frame, but I do see eggs, so that's enough for me to... I know we... have a queen in here. Have some larvae. Nice pearl white larva, which is a really good sign. We have a whole bunch of pollen coming in, so maybe that's helping out a little bit. And I've been open feeding, so maybe that's also kind of getting them not to rob each other. It's been my main focus. Another frame of brood. Look at that. Look at this frame. You see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's how... Ever since I got this frame, this foundation was always like this. Kind of very, very, very weird. But look at that look at all these little young bees. Those are little nurse bees. Nurse bees emerging. I do see some caps starting to cap on open. It's nice. We need young bees. I mean, young bees are important to me because that's the future of this colony. I see a little bee hatching. See that little girl right there? Look at that. I ain't gonna go any further. You know why? Because there's just no need to. Oh, I just got stung on the arm. Here, let me see if I can do something here. Let's put this colony up. They look quite nice so far. They still have some ways to go, but I have a good feeling that the brood will continue to emerge. They'll continue rearing brood. They'll continue raising young bees. They'll get bigger in time for the winter season. Oh, it's such a beautiful day today. It's Monday. Tonight's my live stream, but today has been much cooler to me, at least, than the past couple of days. Still pretty hot. I mean, I kind of you kind of expect that, but it's pretty nice with a little bit of wind blowing. All right, so it is the next day. It is Tuesday, and I thought yesterday was a fluke that today would go back to being really, really hot. But again, today it's pretty cool. The high today is 86, 87 degrees. The reason why I think it's been nice and cooler is because of the humidity. It's been much lower. So it's just been a breeze. It's been so nice, and the bees are buzzing. I'm sure they're happy. It's a little cooler. Y'all may be wondering kind of what is going on. Y'all saw a little bit earlier that I'm inspecting colonies, doing things, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's really boring around here. There just ain't a whole lot going on. Of course, our bees are doing well. They look nice. We have brood, we have bees, we have baby bees. But other than that, we just don't have a lot of nectar coming in. Maybe our goldenrod should be coming in here soon. But we do have a lot of pollen, so the bees have been brooding on up. There's a couple. I do want to inspect a couple colonies today. I want to inspect the blue hive. If y'all don't know, it's been one of my oldest hives, and it's not on the same queen this year. They superseded her, but that queen, the original queen, was like 3 years old. I was really surprised. So I want to check them and see kind of how they look. So, see, there we go. Right there, y'all see that one right there? That right there is my oldest hive. I've had it for about 3 to 4 years. And they requeen themselves, but still the same genetics. So let's go ahead and get in here. We'll see what we got. We got a little honey right there. They look good from up top. While that brood pattern right here looks nice. I think this young queen that's laying up in here is going to suit this colony better. She's newer. She has a better productivity for this colony. Really going to help them out. Look at all this. This is full of larvae, young larvae too. Look, all my other colonies don't have this genetic, but if I start rearing queens and raising queens, or to sell or even keep them, I'm gonna use this colony right here. As long as they continue living and do well, I'll graft them from these. There we go. Probably ain't gonna go any deeper. I do see some. This next frame looks like a beautiful sheet of brood. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look at that. This brood pattern, man, it's just real nice. We'll see, but I believe this is a real nice sheet of brood. I do want to show y'all. Hey everyone, I want to take a quick second to remind every one of you that once I reach 3,000 subscribers, I will be doing a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. I've been mentioning it on my videos and live streams, so all you have to do is subscribe and share this video. Let people know so they can come over here, subscribe, and maybe we can get a lot of people a chance to win the giveaway. Also, make sure to click the thumbs up button. That will get this video out to more people. And make sure to subscribe if you're new. Let's go on and get back into the video. Look at that sheet of brood. That's a lot of brood, and we got a lot of bees hatching, emerging right now. I do not see the queen, but we don't really have to. I'm just gonna see if I see her on this frame, so I know I'm not gonna accidentally roll her. Don't want to do that. All right, this colony is looking good. I knew they are from the top, looking down onto them. I knew they were looking very, very nice. Our queen, you never know. Our queen could be up in that super. I'm not gonna waste time inspecting the super. There's no really big need to, but you never know. Sometimes she can be up there. All right, so we just got done with inspecting that colony right there. But real quick, I wanted to let y'all know is look at this colony right here. If y'all remember, just a little bit ago, we at least in the video, we moved this one right here from that spot on top of that colony to here. I just peeked open the lid and all the bees are still there. Looks like they have transitioned. I still see a couple bees coming back here, which is to be expected. You expect that when you have a colony set there for a long while. All right, so as you can see, if y'all remember a while back, I added the super to this colony. And the reason why I added it was because during that time, we had a pretty decent flow going on. I figured they could draw it out, but right after I took it off, the dearth came in. So I'm taking it off. There's no way they're really gonna draw it out. This is a nice looking colony. They're on about 6 frames of bees, which is probably average what we have, because that blue one right there has 6 frames of bees, and these type of colonies will get through winter. You just gotta be kind of smart when doing it. You gotta feed a little bit. I plan to feed. I just don't have no more sugar. I need to get some more sugar. I just got done feeding. I put a bucket on this one. I figured they could really use it since they're a much more smaller colony. But once our goldenrod comes in, that will hold off for a little bit. That will give these bees something to go out and get, some nectar, put it in there and store it for winter. But then they'll also need a little help from us, which will be perfectly fine. All right, so it is Thursday, September 4th. I'll pop up if it's not September 4th. So for the last couple of days, I've been working on breaking down colonies. And what I mean by that is working on trying to take off unneeded space, unneeded supers that I know the bees aren't going to draw out. I think it's really important for me down here to kind of get everything set in place, especially if I want to feed, because I want to take off the unneeded supers once that they're not going to draw out, and then feed right on top of that brood box. That's what I want to do. So, in order to do that, on the colonies that don't have any honey in the supers, or it's just foundation, I take it off. That's kind of, I've been able to do most of it. I have one more left to do. I've already done 3 because I got some foundation from Premier Bee Products, which is a very good frames. It's just we don't really have a whole lot of nectar coming in right now. Might be a little bit different very, very soon once that goldenrod comes in, but I'm not really faithful that the goldenrod is going to do all the wonders to make them draw it out in like 2 months. 2 months that I want them to do it in, because that's whenever we get into cold, and it's just not a whole lot of time. It's getting close to the time where we're needing to get ready for winter, so I'm not really wanting them to draw out any more supers or anything. So that's done. But I do have a whole bunch of supers that have some honey in it, so I'll keep those on. I'm going to keep all the ones that have honey in it, just taking off the ones that don't have any honey, or they haven't even drawn them out. Alright, this is a nice looking colony though. What it did do is spill a whole bunch of honey, which I do not like. That's the only thing, is when they like to draw it out a lot. It wasn't too bad, but we're going to set this way over here. We do not want to induce robbing. That's a weird comb, that's for sure. Over here, looks like they drew it out nice though. They got a whole bunch of honey in here. We might leave the super on since a pack full. We got drones, so it tells me this is a healthy colony. Here's what I'm talking about, y'all. Look at that. Wow, it's showing good on the camera too. Look at all that pollen. That's what I'm talking about. We got nothing but pollen coming in. We might have a little bit of nectar, because I do see some open nectar. We might have a little bit of nectar coming in, or it just might be just what I'm feeding, because sometimes they like to go and get feed off of open feed, you know. Sometimes they'll do that. Got some larvae and some brood here. We got a whole bunch of drones. I see eggs. That's a good sign. Good eggs. Good. This frame looks good, but we do have a whole bunch of drones. That's pretty. We're still raising drones. All my bees are raising drones. So if somebody was wanting to raise queens right now, I think they probably could. Do not see a queen or anything. So, there you go. Here we go, we got our queen. She looks good. Looks like her brood pattern's good too. I don't really see a whole lot of brood in here, but I do see a whole bunch of eggs. So it means most of our brood already emerged, and she's just filling up the spaces. Ain't really a whole lot more to see here. We see a good colony. Man, this hive looks good. This one right here is probably one of my best ones. Look, I'll say that about every single one. Almost all of my colonies look good. I'm happy with all of them. But honey-wise, I like the way they're storing their honey in the pollen. They're doing a good job of that. I like it around the brood nest, and they're kind of starting to do that as well. Perfect. That's the way I like it. This one right here is one I'm kind of somewhat concerned about, food-wise. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about them is their food. I don't know what's wrong with this bee. It's weak or something. I don't know. Got some brood. Looks good, and we also have some nectar, which is a good sign. Right there on top, some nectar. Got brood. I think they're low on nectar. I think that's the reason why they're not as happy. We got some young bees hatching, emerging. Got eggs. There we go, that's good. We got brood, a whole bunch of brood. We might pull up two more frames and we'll call it a day. Because I can already tell they are low on nectar. They're low on honey. They'll be fine, of course, for a little while. But once winter comes, I'm just not really sure if we're going to have enough in here to be enough to get through winter. It's my only concern right now, and we're just going to have to feed these girls right here. They're going to have to be fed. And our queen is probably in the top box because one time I was looking through the top super yesterday, and I saw the queen up there. So they kind of moved up there and started to lay. Whole bunch of pollen. Oh wow, look at all this pollen falling out. It's unbelievable. There's a whole bunch of pollen here. Okay, no need to continue to disturb them. Look at all this pollen. It fell out of the frame. So much pollen's in here. Imagine if we had a pollen trap, we could collect all that pollen. We need to get one of those sometime. It's unbelievable. If we had one of those pollen traps, we'd be collecting so much pollen right now. Okay, they look good. They have a good queen. I like their numbers. They're good enough to go. Their numbers are good enough to go through winter. The only problem with this colony is gonna be their store. They just don't have a whole lot of store. It seemed like they did have a good amount in their super once, but it seems like they ate all that. That's my only problem with Italians. They do like to eat their honey during a dearth. You know, they like to go through it. So you have to be real careful with them. You have to watch them. You have to make sure they don't overdo it. And if they do, oh boy, you're gonna have to help out. You're gonna have to feed. You're gonna have to feed some candy boards over winter or fondant, which I have fondant. Fine, I can feed. Alright, so it is Tuesday, September 9th. It is a super nice day today. It is around 8:30 in the morning. A nice breeze. It's actually kind of chilly out here today. Kind of surprising because it's not what I've been used to. It's in the morning. So yesterday was the same thing. I wasn't out here early in the morning to feel it, but this morning it is very nice. Bees are still flying though. It's around 68 Fahrenheit. Don't know really what that is in Celsius, but I don't really keep up with Celsius. I know a lot of people do. But anyway, I think really what I'm doing right now isn't really a whole lot. It just ain't. That's why I haven't really been uploading. A lot of y'all probably have noticed in the last couple of weeks. At least these type of videos where I'm showing y'all what I'm doing. It's just that I just haven't really had a whole lot going on. It's just been kind of boring. Nothing to show. Anytime I come out here to inspect, I don't find anything that is, you know, I would think would be good to put on YouTube, because it just ain't really a whole lot going on, which I guess is a good thing, because that means nothing crazy is going on, nothing bad's going on. So hey, I'll take it. But right now what I'm working on is really just building the bees up. It's really my main goal. We're already here in September. I still have I have 2 more months to get everything done for winter. I plan to order some sugar here soon, and then we're really going to start feeding you know, heavy. Try to get these girls built up. There's multiple colonies that I see that just don't really have what I would like them to have. Some of them just don't have the stores that they need. So gonna feed them. And the ones that have honey on it, I'll leave some of the honey on. Now here's one thing I do want to mention, that I am kind of getting ready for a small honey harvest. I want to do a small one this year. I really don't plan for it to be big, so like it might be 2 supers. But I'll still do a video of it. It'll still be good to show, but it's just not going to be a big one. It's just I want to leave some honey on. So look at all this right here. This is the side of the road, as you can see. But usually have a whole bunch of goldenrod in this area right here, and you can see it starting to get ready to bloom. All that over there is going to be goldenrod, most of it, on the side. Pretty sure this is going to be goldenrod as well. See that right there? Now it ain't yellow. Usually our goldenrod is always yellow. It's not yellow yet, but it will be. First I thought this was ragweed. We have a whole bunch of ragweed, and it's pretty similar. It sometimes looks like goldenrod, but all this is goldenrod right here. You see all that? And then all that over there. It's a super nice day today. It's like super nice. Look at all that wind. Super nice day down here in southeastern Alabama. Right now there's a beautiful sunset shining right down onto the camera, and it's very pretty. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but maybe it will. But it's a little bit later now in the day. It's still the 9th of September. Man, we have some bees in here though. See those little baby drones. My bees are still raising drones. They're kicking drones out too. Also got a queen. First frame, one of our first frames. Look at her, right there on the edge of that frame. This side right here is a nice sheet of brood. Good colony right here. They got themselves a good queen. The pattern, I'm liking it. I do also see some honey around the brood nest area. I like having some brood around the some honey around the brood nest area, kind of all around it. That's really nice. But all my bees don't have a whole bunch of stores. They're gonna bring in a lot of stores with the goldenrod, and they're gonna get packed. They're gonna start storing it for winter, but we're gonna have to help out a little bit. We have a whole bunch of pollen. Look, we haven't had a problem with pollen down here. It seems like they're just storing it all in here. I mean, there's gonna be a time where we're gonna start getting a little bit pollen bound. All that yellow pollen. We got some more drones in here. We have some pearl white larvae. I see a whole bunch of larvae on that side. We have some spots of larvae on the corner. Look, there's a little corner right here. Everything right here is mainly pollen and maybe some old brood cells, and then over there in the corner, we got that larva. Still have a little bit of work to do growing, but we ain't really that close yet. I mean, we are, but we still have a little bit of time. But I do like to see some honey in here. Now look, we still do have some honey in here. We have a decent amount of it. Not saying we don't have any. Just a little bit low. Down here, I usually just try to find the queen and make sure we have a queen in here, and make sure they have some brood. And as long as they have that, I don't see no need for me to keep on going. This next frame also has some brood. I'm sure this one has some brood. It seems like we have a whole bunch of brood in here, which is awesome to see. But you know what I do see is I see a queen cell. You don't really want to see that. Let me show y'all. Right here. See that right there? Just checked it. There is indeed no larva in there. So we got tricked. That's why you have to check that. It looked real. Y'all saw it. It looked like a queen cell in it. And what they did was, it was probably a old queen cell, like an old one. I see a whole bunch of remnants of some of the queen cells, and there's a whole bunch in here of the old ones from the split, because there's just a whole bunch of old ones in here when they swarmed. So they kind of fixed it up. Might as well, right? But we are just going to get rid of it. There's no reason to have it. They can much rather than fix it. So it don't trick us again. The numbers will just keep on going down. Never had bees that looked like this. These bees are just looking beautiful. Look at that right there. The bees for sure ain't gonna get rid of a queen that's productive like this. And you may be thinking that the only reason why they get rid of a queen is because of the brood pattern. Actually ain't. There's actually a lot of different things that go into it. A lot of times it's pheromones. A lot of times the bees will sense, once those pheromones are kind of weaker, the bees know that that queen is getting older. She's not as productive as she was when she was younger. They can tell. They can tell if she's old or she's younger. They can tell if she's a virgin queen. She can tell if she is a mated queen. They can tell. They know. And the way they know is by pheromones. But they're on a pallet since it's so heavy, it's just kind of starting to collapse. So it's kind of leaning. If I try to lift up that that deep that's on top of it, which is full of honey, that the pallet will collapse and that colony will fall down. So I can't get to the bottom box. Look at this. I've been noticing this behavior a lot. These bees are, see this bee, what they're trying to do? What it's trying to do, I'm just doing this for the purpose, it's chewing its wings off. It just escaped, but that little bee right there was trying to chew that drone bee's wing off, the wings. Because they're starting to kind of kick out drones, slowly but surely. Still raising them a little bit, but since they have a whole bunch of drones in certain colonies, they're trying to get rid of them. Which I really like seeing. I like seeing a whole bunch of young bees. Because those young bees are going to be the future of this colony. Nothing on this edge frame. I don't expect anything on the edge frame. Alright. This is looking good. Looking good. We got a whole bunch of larvae in this frame right here. Don't see a lot of nectar, which is okay. We're going to feed this colony right here. I see some eggs, I see some larvae. I see a whole bunch of young bees. That's a good little egg pattern. Nice. I honestly think this colony also could get to the winner as well. We just have to, we have to be smart. Sorry, girls. They're not really happy. They're, which is to be expected. Still not exactly where I wanted to be, but a step in the right direction. We have some nectar, a little bit of nectar in there. We have some brood. Considering where they were just a while ago, a couple weeks ago, very good improvements. We have some brood. That brood should soon emerge. I like the brood pattern. Good queen, and we got a good, nice little colony here. They just need a little bit of time to continue to expand. I think we're going to go ahead and close them up because I don't really want to bother them too much since they are a little bit more of a smaller colony, so they need all the time they can get to get everything in check, get everything ready. Continue expanding. That's the big thing right now. It's expansion and making sure they are strong, healthy, all to have a successful winter. Move all the way, girls. Now, right here on your left is another colony. I have a kind of problem with it. Just has some cracks. You see that top cover? It is starting to warp. I have that problem with multiple colonies. Man, look at that. Look at this thing. Ooh, that's a good nuke. Every single frame is packed full of bees. Every single one. That is a good colony. I'm surprised with every single colony here. And especially this one, they just started out bad. They just started out. Their queen took forever to get mated because I think the queen, whenever I caught the swarm, it was a virgin. Took forever to get mated. Took forever to start laying eggs, but finally did. And here we are, looking good. So my only problem here is just gonna be gotta replace this top lid because it started to warp. Kind of want to see what this lid would do. If it don't do any better, then I guess we'll put back on the old one. But maybe it'll do a little bit better of a job. That's better. It's better. Still not 100%. Still kind of warped a little bit. But it's going to prevent bees from getting in, that's for sure. So, here we go. So right now, as you can see, here's this big package that just came in yesterday. Today is Thursday. And what came in yesterday was a whole bunch of different things. I think 3 main items was a honey bucket. Also got some bottles for honey extraction when I decided to do it sometime this month. And also got some mite treatment. I needed to check this out with all this here. With all this stuff. I'm trying not to make too much big of a mess. I actually have some plans to order some other type of treatments. So I'm going to use these apiary treatments for colonies that do not have supers on. And I have a different idea of a treatment that I'm going to order and use those treatments for the other colonies that I'm going to leave supers on. Here's our treatments. Apivar, I don't know if y'all use Apivar or not, but I use it a lot for my apiary. It's pretty much the main thing I've used. It works well. This contains 12 strips, which is all I need. That's going to treat 6 colonies. Just kind of want to show you all the new bottles I ordered. Since I ordered some new bottles, I think I'm probably be able to still use the same ones I do. The labels, so we can put the labels right here. I like these bottles, but these are 8-ounce jars. We got a whole. I think in total we got about 48, so we should have plenty. Look, you can get 48 bottles for like only $40. That's like to me, I think that's a good price, just for $1 per bottle. These are the larger ones. We also got 1 pound. So these are a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, because we used to get 12-ounce jars. So I just decided to make it simple. We'll just get some 16-ounce. The Apivar, I'll just set it inside, and we'll take it out into the bee yard soon. We'll put the strips in, leave them in there for a while to treat these bees for mites. And then what I usually do with Apivar strips, put two in a 10-frame box. See those little holes? I put toothpicks through those, and they hang perfect. Let's see here. We want to put it right in the brood nest area, so this is going to be the brood nest area. I like to be careful because I do not see where the queen's at, so you have to be just real careful. These strips work by whenever the bees rub against it, they get that amitraz on them, which kills the mites. This one, we're gonna set it right here, I guess. This is kind of where the brood nest area is, where most of our bees where they're walking around. The next thing is just to put the lid back on. A little bit of wax, maybe. Yep, they look good as well. I like putting in the brood nest area. 2 frames apart from each other usually. Sometimes 1, just depends. In fall, I usually treat in September, October. Usually no later. I usually don't wait till November. That's why I usually do it this time of the year. So this colony right here, they do have a super on, but there's no honey in there. It's pretty much just a queen. We actually did put some food on here. They really need some food, so it seems like most of it is gone. Actually, not yet. It ain't gone yet. Awesome. There you go. Nice colony. So we're just going to put it right here in between, in the middle. And that's it. Their health is good. Good numbers in pretty much every single colony. Most everything I wanted to do today has been done. I think we'll call it a day for this video. We were able to go through colonies and check them, see kind of the numbers, stores, and here's the one thing that needs to be done is feeding and treating the other colonies, and that's about it. I don't really do a whole lot of testing. I probably won't, because I'm probably going to treat anyway, right? So I'm going to treat the rest of the colonies with a different treatment that I can keep the supers on and still harvest them. There's a whole bunch of options. Gonna feed the colonies that need to be fed and take them into winter. We'll see. So thank you all so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. If y'all would, make sure to click that like button. Helps me a lot if y'all would. Just click that like button. It gets the video out to more folks. Helps the YouTube channel. The algorithm noticed that, hey, this video is getting some engagement. If you would leave a comment, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, God bless.